There's a reason cleaning companies spend billions of dollars on advertising every year. They want people to believe that every job around the house needs its own expensive product. And after seeing those products in commercials, stores, and kitchen cabinets for so many years, most of us believed it. But there is one simple product that has been sitting on grocery store shelves all along. It has been around for over 100 years. It costs less than $5. You can find it at Costco, Walmart, or almost any grocery store in America. And in many cases, it works just as well, sometimes even better, than the expensive cleaners sitting under the sink right now. I'm talking about plain white vinegar. Now, you've probably heard people say vinegar is good for cleaning, but what most people don't realize is just how many products it actually replaces and how much money they're throwing away every single month without knowing it. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly which 10 products to stop buying and exactly what to do with that one $5 bottle instead. By the end, you'll know how much money you've been wasting. Let's get into it. The first product you can stop buying is Windex. Now, before you skip ahead thinking you already know this one, hear me out because most people who try vinegar on their windows end up going right back to Windex, and the reason is they're doing it wrong. They pour straight vinegar on the glass, wipe it with a paper towel, and it streaks everywhere. So they assume vinegar doesn't work and Windex is the only option. But the problem was never the vinegar, it was the ratio in the cloth. Equal parts vinegar and water, 50-50. That's the ratio that matches the exact cleaning strength of Windex. And paper towels leave tiny fibers on glass that cause streaks, no matter what cleaner you use. Swap to a microfiber cloth or even a piece of old newspaper, and the streaks are gone completely. But here's the part most people genuinely don't know. Windex leaves behind a thin chemical film on your glass every time you use it. Over time, that film actually attracts more dust and makes your windows get dirtier faster. Vinegar doesn't leave any residue, so your windows stay cleaner longer between washes. Now that your windows are handled, let's move to something you probably never think twice about. That little compartment inside your dishwasher next to the detergent slot that you fill with Jet Dry, or whatever rinse aid you use. $7 a bottle, and all it really does is prevent those cloudy white water spots from showing up on your glasses and dishes after a wash cycle. But what most people don't realize is that those spots aren't a soap problem, they're a mineral problem. Hard water leaves calcium deposits on your dishes as they dry, and rinse aid just helps the water slide off faster so the minerals don't have time to settle. Vinegar does the exact same thing because acid dissolves minerals on contact. Pour white vinegar directly into that rinse aid compartment and run your dishwasher like normal. Your glasses come out completely clear, no spots, no film. But here's what makes vinegar actually better than Jet Dry. While it's working on your dishes, it's also cleaning the inside of your entire dishwasher at the same time. The spray arms, the drain, and the interior walls. Jet Dry only touches your dishes. Vinegar handles the whole machine. Alright, while we're on the topic of things that work better when you know the right technique, let's talk about carpet stains, because this is where most people give up on vinegar way too early. Coffee spills, red wine, pet accidents, dropped food. Your first instinct is always to grab a can of Resolve or whatever carpet spray you have and start scrubbing as hard as you can. And that scrubbing is exactly where everything goes wrong. Pushing down and going side to side on a carpet stain drives it deeper into the fibers and spreads it outward, making it twice as big and twice as hard to get out. The cleaner didn't fail, the technique did. With vinegar, the approach is completely different. Mix equal parts vinegar and warm water in a spray bottle, spray it directly onto the stain, and then walk away for 5 to 10 minutes. The vinegar needs time to actually break down the stain from inside the fibers. Come back and blot with a clean white cloth, straight down and lift up, straight down and lift up, never side to side. For tougher stains, add a teaspoon of dish soap to the mix and repeat. This pulls out stains that Resolve can't touch because you're dissolving the stain at a chemical level instead of just pushing it around. Now, staying with stains, let's move from your carpet to your closet, because there is one stain that almost everybody deals with and almost nobody knows how to actually get rid of. Those yellow patches under the arms of your white shirts. You've tried bleach, you've tried OxyClean, you've probably thrown away perfectly good shirts because nothing seemed to work and you figured the stain was permanent. But the reason OxyClean struggles with armpit stains is because they're not regular dirt or sweat. They're caused by aluminum compounds in your deodorant, bonding with proteins from your perspiration, and that combination creates a buildup that most detergents and oxygen cleaners simply cannot break down no matter how long you soak them. Vinegar can break it down because acid dissolves those aluminum bonds. Pour undiluted, full-strength white vinegar directly onto the yellow area. Don't add water for this one. You need it at full concentration, and let it sit for 30 minutes before throwing it in the wash like normal. One application and the yellow is gone. This works on white shirts, colored shirts, pillowcases, bed sheets, anywhere you see that stubborn yellowing that years of regular washing couldn't touch. While we're in the laundry room, this next one might be the hardest to accept because it goes against something that has been part of your routine for probably as long as you've been doing laundry. Fabric softener, Downy, Snuggle, whatever brand you reach for, $13 a bottle, and it feels like something you can't skip. But here's what fabric softener is actually doing to your clothes that the commercials never mention. It coats every single fiber with a thin, waxy chemical layer, and that coating is what creates that soft feeling. The problem is that the layer builds up over time and starts trapping bacteria and odors inside the fabric instead of letting them wash out. It's also the exact reason your towels eventually stop absorbing water. That slippery feeling means the coating is blocking the fibers from doing their job. Half a cup of white vinegar in the rinse cycle softens your clothes by naturally relaxing the fibers instead of coating them. It strips away all that old buildup, which means your towels will actually dry you off again. And before you ask, no, your clothes will not smell like vinegar. The scent disappears completely the moment they dry. $13 a bottle replaced by a few cents. At this point, you understand that vinegar dissolves minerals, so this next one is going to make perfect sense the moment you hear it. That white, crusty buildup around your faucets, on your shower head, around your sink handles, that's calcium and lime deposits from hard water, and it builds up so slowly that you don't really notice until one day your shower head is barely putting out any pressure, and your faucet looks 10 years older than it actually is. Most people reach for Lime Away at $7.50 a bottle, strong chemicals, harsh fumes. You practically need gloves and an open window just to use it safely. Vinegar needs none of that. For your shower head, take a plastic bag, fill it halfway with white vinegar, and tie it around the shower head with a rubber band so the holes are completely submerged. Leave it overnight, and in the morning, remove the bag and run the water. Full pressure restored like the day it was installed. For faucets and sink handles, soak a cloth in vinegar and wrap it tightly around the crusty buildup for a couple of hours. Wipe it clean, and the calcium is completely gone. No gloves, no fumes, no $7 bottle of chemicals. This next one is not just about saving $9, because it could genuinely save you from a much bigger problem down the road. Drano and liquid drain cleaners are some of the most aggressive chemicals you can put into your home plumbing. They work by generating extreme heat inside your pipes to melt through clogs, but that same heat can soften PVC joints, corrode older metal pipes, and if the clog doesn't fully clear, you're left with a pipe full of toxic chemicals sitting in standing water that a plumber now has to carefully deal with before they can even begin working. Most plumbers will actually tell you they wish people would stop using Drano before calling them, because it makes every job more complicated and more dangerous. Vinegar and baking soda do the same job without any of that risk. Half a cup of baking soda down the drain first, then 1 cup of vinegar poured on top. It's going to fizz up, and that reaction is what breaks apart the grease, hair, and soap scum, causing the blockage. Let it work for 30 minutes, then flush everything through with boiling water. But the real trick is doing this once a month as regular maintenance, because if you stay ahead of the buildup, your drains will never clog in the first place, and you'll never need Drano or a plumber. If you drink coffee every morning, this next one is going to change how your coffee tastes starting tomorrow. And I'm not exaggerating. Over time, mineral deposits from your tap water build up inside your coffee maker in places you can't see. The reservoir, the internal tubes, and the heating element. And that invisible buildup slowly changes the flavor of every cup you brew. Your coffee starts tasting more bitter or weaker or just slightly off. And most people blame the coffee itself. They switch brands, they try a more expensive roast. Some people even throw away the machine and buy a new one, thinking it stopped working properly. But the coffee was never the problem. The machine was dirty on the inside, where you couldn't reach it. CLR sells a specialty coffee maker cleaner for $10, but you absolutely don't need it. Fill your reservoir with half vinegar, half water, and run a full brew cycle without any coffee in it. You'll probably notice the water coming through looks slightly cloudy or discolored, and that's the mineral buildup being flushed out of the system. Run 2 more cycles with just plain water to clear any vinegar taste, and your next cup of coffee will taste like the day you first unboxed that machine. Do this once a month, and it will last years longer. Earlier, we talked about what vinegar does for your clothes in the wash, but now let's talk about the machine itself. Because this is something most people completely overlook until the smell gets bad enough to notice. If you've ever opened your washing machine and caught a musty mildew odor coming from inside the drum, that's mold and bacteria that have been growing in the moisture that never fully dries between wash cycles. It lives in the drum, the detergent dispenser, and especially in the rubber gasket seal on front load machines. And here's the part that bothers most people once they realize it: that smell is transferring onto your clothes during every single wash. You think your laundry is coming out clean, but it's picking up odor from a dirty machine every time. A Fresh sells washing machine cleaning tablets for $12. And if you look at what's actually in them, it's mostly baking soda and citric acid pressed into a fancy tablet shape. 2 cups of white vinegar poured directly into the drum does the exact same job. Run the hottest cycle your machine offers completely empty, no clothes inside, and the vinegar kills the mold, dissolves months of detergent residue, and eliminates the smell at its source. For front load machines, wipe the inside folds of that rubber door gasket with a vinegar-soaked cloth, because that's where the worst buildup hides. Once a month is all it takes. I saved the most expensive one for last because this is where the savings get serious and where it stops being just about money. Roundup Weed Killer, $25 a bottle, and if you have a yard or a driveway, you've probably gone through multiple bottles every single year. Spraying it on sidewalk cracks, fence lines, garden borders, anywhere weeds keep coming back. But Roundup's active ingredient is glyphosate, a chemical that has been at the center of massive lawsuits with billions of dollars in settlements over serious health concerns linked to repeated long-term exposure. Every time you spray it, the chemical stays in your soil. It gets on surfaces where your pets walk and your family steps with bare feet, and it runs off into your lawn and garden when it rains. There's a homemade alternative that kills weeds just as effectively with 0 health risk. 1 gallon of white vinegar, 1 cup of regular table salt, 1 tablespoon of liquid dish soap. Mix it together in a spray bottle and apply it directly on the weeds on a hot, sunny day because the heat activates the vinegar and salt combination. Within 24 hours, those weeds are completely dead, roots and all. The total cost of 1 full batch is less than $2 and it covers your entire yard. Of everything on this list, this saves you the most money, and it might be the one that matters the most for your family's well-being. That's 10 expensive products all replaced by 1 single bottle of Kirkland white vinegar from Costco for $4.99. And when you add up what all 10 of those products cost, you're easily spending over $100 that you simply don't need to spend anymore, not just once, but every single month for the rest of your life. If this video helped you, send it to someone who's still buying all 10 because they probably have no idea either. I'll see you in the next one.